What's up everyone, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. Today I'm swatching the latest from Starrily, which is their Northern Lights collection. Now if you haven't heard of the brand before, Starrily is an independent nail polish brand that is based in the US, and all of their polishes are 10 free, meaning they are free of 10 of the potentially harmful ingredients that can be found in nail polish. They are vegan, meaning they do not use any animal derived ingredients, and they're also cruelty free, meaning they do not test their products on animals. And they just recently released the Northern Lights, which is 6 brand new polishes, 4 of which are really intense magnetics, and then we've got 1 shimmer and 1 flash reactive topper. So yeah, let's just dive into the swatches, then we can talk a little bit more about pricing, my thoughts on them, availability, all that good stuff. So roll the swatch footage. So I'm just gonna dive in with the magnetics first, starting off with the shade Polar Lights, and this is the lightest of the magnetic shades. It's a soft duochrome blue that shifts between being a very cool icy tone to being a little bit more into the green turquoise kind of territory. And as you can see, it started off a little bit sheer, but it ended up giving me really nice coverage. So I do like to do 2 coats for full coverage, and then I will do a final thicker coat to magnetize. And of course I dropped the magnet when I was doing this, but I ended up being able to get it to the nail in time before the polish dried, and it left me with this really beautiful silvery magnetic stripe. And you can see that duochromy shimmer a little bit better once it's separated from the blue. I also like to show you what everything looks like in the velvet style, which is when you kind of hover the magnet around your nail while the polish is wet. So again, just doing that on the 3rd coat, and I like to just pull all of the magnetic pigment to the top of the nail so that when you're looking at it, you see the magnetic color, and then when you move your nail around, it kind of looks like there's a layer underneath with the other color. So super fun, super vibrant, and it does have a little bit of like a winter to spring transitional feeling with these colors, I think. Next up we have the shade Oceanic Moonlight, and this one is a deep rich sapphire color. And honestly, when I first started applying this one, I thought this was so beautiful on its own unmagnetized, and looking at it, I don't think I would have known that this was magnetic, because this just in 2 coats looks like a gorgeous shimmery blue polish. But of course I was really curious to see what it would end up magnetizing to, so I applied my 3rd coat to do with the cat eye style first, and I have to say I was really impressed with this color. Sometimes I feel like shades just look kind of muddy before you magnetize them, but I do love when a magnetic shade looks pretty before magnetization as well, because sometimes I'm a little bit too lazy to magnetize. But anyway, this one pulled a really gorgeous light blue color towards the center, and I just love that. It's like a really beautiful monochromatic kind of look, but it still gives that super rich oceanic sky blue kind of color, and I think it's stunning. So again, just trying it in the Aurora style, it pulled all of that lighter blue to the front, and it really had a nice depth to it where you could see the lighter color on top, and then it almost felt like a 3-dimensional gradient, like the top layer was bright, and then as you go down towards the nail itself, it becomes this deeper color. So I thought that was really stunning. And then we have the shade Geomagnetic Storm Lights, and let me tell you, speaking of polishes that look stunning unmagnetized, this one absolutely blew me away. It's this gorgeous multi-chromatic shimmer. So we've got this kind of blackened base, we have this gorgeous color shift from purple to blue to turquoise, and then we also have a hollow sparkle running throughout, and it looked sheer on the 1st coat, but again gave me perfect coverage in 2. I loved the way it looked on its own, but of course I wanted to see what would happen when I magnetized it. So starting off in the cat eye style, and I was totally blown away by this. It ended up actually having this sort of green shimmery base, and then the magnetic pigment was the purple to like a deep blue. So I thought that was super cool. I was also really curious to try this in the velvet style, and I think I might have even liked that better. This is the thing I love about Starrily Magnetics, is sometimes you just cannot expect what the colors will look like once they're magnetized. I thought this was just so cool. I feel like this is the type of manicure that's always gonna look different on your nails and at every angle. So really really enjoyed this one. And then the last of the magnetic shades is this one, Aurora Ignite, and this one is a deep crimson red color. And then you can actually see before magnetization, it has a little bit of a duochromy shimmer that really deepens the color, and you can almost see little speckles of like green and blue and red in there. So I was really intrigued by this. I do love when Starrily does these reddish tones for magnetics. I think it's something that they do really well. Of course, I am partial to the cooler tones like the blues and the purples and the greens because those are just colors I always stray towards, but I always love when they do a deep red because they always manage to make them look so different from the classic red polishes. So this one, once I magnetized it, it actually turned that base into a more jelly-like color, and then we got this gorgeous shifty duochromy magnetic shimmer between blue and green. And again, it looked super cool once I did it in the velvet style as well. It just feels like such a sharp contrast of colors, and I really don't have anything like this, so I thought it was super cool. So now moving on to the shimmery polish, this is Ethereal Nights, and this one is a black jelly base that is packed with this teeny tiny iridescent flaky that has a shimmery look to it, and it shifts between being a blue into a turquoise into a green, and this is just a stunning color. I love how deep and dark it is. I love how it almost looks black on the nail, and then when the light hits it, you get so much intense sparkle, and it gave me perfect coverage in 2 coats. Definitely a more simple shade, but honestly, I love it. And then the final shade in the collection is Golden Starlight, and this is actually a flash reactive glitter topper. So it's actually a gold color, and you can see as soon as I apply it over a polish, it gives this unreal sort of sparkle to it. I think that reflective sparkles are so gorgeous, even in regular lighting, almost especially in regular lighting, because I think they just have more shimmer to them than regular glitter polishes. So I actually wanted to try this out in a jelly sandwich as well. I'm using Blood Belly jelly, which is also from Starrily, and I thought this was such a cool combo. It kind of turned those reflective glitters red, so I thought that was really cute. I was also curious to try it over Ethereal Nights, and I absolutely fell in love with this. This combined with literally any of the shades of this collection or any deep color in general, I think just creates an instant galaxy manicure, which is so incredible. And here's a little peek of what it looks like with my phone flash on, and you can see it's just really intensely bright. You can see just how yellowy gold that color of the glitter is. It's super fun, it's super vibrant, and like I said, it just catches the eye. So here are all the shades together, and I have to say, looking at them side by side in this comparison, it's almost giving a little bit of like a Christmassy deep winter sort of vibe to me. But honestly, these are all the kinds of colors that I love so much. I love that Starrily really leans into these deep, dark, cosmic sort of colors. I love the way they do their magnetics. I think all of these are just so beautiful and unique, and they're going to be shades that I reach for over and over again. I really love that topper. I thought it was so much fun, and I definitely want to experiment with wearing it over the other colors because, like I said, I think that just creates this instant galaxy sort of look. And overall, I just think these are any time of year colors, especially for those of you who are not seasonal polish wearers. I feel like these are the kind of gorgeous, unique indie kind of shades that people want to go for any time of year. But even for those of us who do like a more seasonal approach, I feel like Polar Lights definitely gives me a little bit of that springy vibe with that brighter color. Oceanic Moonlight feels like it's going to be such a nice summery ocean pool kind of color. Geomagnetic Storm Sights, it really just feels like a summer night with like a fire pit and so much fun. And then I will admit, Aurora Ignite and Ethereal Nights do feel a little bit more wintry to me, but I feel like I can still get a lot of use out of them. And then Golden Starlight, just that beautiful topper, can be worn over any color, so it can really just be dependent on what you wear it over for what season it feels like. But anyway, let's talk about it a little bit more. So those are the polishes, and like I said, these are absolutely stunning. I love the color combos. I love the vibes of this. I knew going into it that I was gonna love these because I do love these Starrily Magnetics so much. They're really reactive reflective and they're always stunning colors. And of course, anything to do with the night sky or anything kind of cosmic feeling is absolutely my bread and butter. But I really just fell in love with these. The application was so smooth and easy. Even that reflective topper was so gorgeous to me. I'm not always a huge fan of reflective toppers. I feel like once you have one, you kind of have them all. But this one being gold was just perfection, especially layered over the other colors. I thought it just looked so beautiful. And it's also got a lot of opportunities for jelly sandwiches, which I always love, but just layering in general is so fun to me. So having a different version of a reflective topper, I thought was just perfect. So now let's get into pricing and availability. All these polishes come in 15 milliliter bottles. They do feature a wide flat brush that has a rounded tip, so application super easy. I love these brush tips. They used to have the straight tip, but I find that these are so much easier to use, very beginner friendly. And they do retail on the Starrily website for $16 USD each, but I do have a discount code. You can use the code KELLI for 10% off your order there. I'm gonna link everything down in the description. You can check them out if you're interested, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts. What do you think of this collection? Which color is your favorite? And what do you think of reflective toppers? I know people can be kind of iffy on reflective polishes in general because they can be thicker, but when it comes to toppers, I would love to hear your thoughts on them. So leave it all in the comments. We can chat about it. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please hit that like button. It really helps me out. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe. I love you all, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. I got another weird question for you today. Would you rather listen to an annoying laugh for a whole day or get tickled for 1 hour? So, fun fact about me, I hate being tickled. It is up there, one of my top 5 least favorite things in the world. It's just one of the worst sensations in my opinion. So I would never choose that. But as far as annoying laughs, I honestly don't know if there is such a thing to me, or if there is, I don't think it would bother me because, well, one, I think I have a kind of annoying laugh, but two, I think in general, when people laugh, it makes me laugh, which feels good. So I always enjoy laughing. And I feel like even if it started out as an annoying laugh, the more it happened, the more funny it would be to me to hear it. So I feel like that's just asking me, like, would you like to laugh for a whole day, or would you like somebody to make you feel uncomfortable for an hour? So I feel like the obvious answer here is I would rather hear an annoying laugh all day, just spend the day laughing and feel good. But I am curious to hear other people's answers to this because I feel like some people are very sensitive to sounds and don't mind being tickled. So I don't know. Let me know if you disagree with me in the comments, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.